Welcome to the Abyss and the start of a new series, a D&D campaign, Land of Animaesus, the City of Salt. In this story, we will travel alongside a group of misfits as they do their best to eke out a good living within a corrupt city with many dark plots hidden beneath it that they don't really care about. We begin this tale at the start of their next mission as they find themselves needing cash to pay their bills. First, though, some apologies. This will be from my perspective as a player, so you won't get to see the entire board, and I'm working out the sound kinks, so things are only decent. We also aren't professionals and are just a bunch of people having some fun. Come along if you dare.
You guys have met relatively nearby to walk down the kind of dense alleyways to this warehouse in the 12th district here. You've been told it's abandoned, but as you approach, of course, you see light from inside. What do you do?
I see blackness.
It's because you're a human.
I know. I'm
I
blind
forgot
as...
to do the thing, so hold on.
Ah, there we go.
It's
Now I
technically
can...
daytime, anyways.
Cool.
Okay.
There's a light on the inside. Okay,
You do see, like, you know, it's dark in the inside. There's windows, but there's drapes and stuff over the windows. So obviously someone has a lantern or something on the inside that they're using. Someone beat you to the punch. Oh.
Guys? I think something is wrong here.
I think something is wrong here.
See, Birdman gets it. Who gave us this job again? I forgot. I swore I wrote it down somewhere. I just... Damn it. Cotton, Strike, do you guys know?
Yeah, I don't. It was some bloke from, I think, the 10th house.
Oh.
Does that add up?
10th house. Got it.
Yes.
The 10th house.
Well... It's supposed to be an easy job, but I guess not. Let's go check the windows first.
Yes.
Check the windows first. And he like runs off. like,
If you want to ensure that no one inside you don't catch their attention by, you know, side glance or whatnot, I would like a stealth check versus their passive perceptions inside. You do have advantage because you're outside and they are inside.
The first real roll of the game.
oh my god, here we go.
This sets the standard.
I can't roll. There we go. Roll 20 is being fucking weird. Hold on.
Hold on to your jerky.
Holding
the
on.
anticipation.
Hey, don't take my jerky!
The anticipation is killing us all.
Yeah.
Hey!
Not bad. It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Can I roll perception? To maybe, I don't know, I imagine that I could maybe hear something due to my improved hearing or smell something maybe? Since I'm a character.
Most Animaesus, not all Animaesus, but most Animaesus have keen senses. So yeah, you can roll a perception with advantage as you use your big cat ears to see if you can hear something. Birdman,
My ears are wheeling.
I'm using all my movement to catch up to Birdman.
Okay, and you're not being quiet at all, I imagine.
No, fuck that.
Oh god.
Oh, sorry, I rolled twice.
Okay.
But-
You should be able to click at the top of your sheet. I put a thing where you can click it and make it advantage.
And I'm
beforehand
just-
next time.
And I'm just
But
loudly
not a big
asking. I'm just loudly asking, Brian, where are you going?
I guess
the
we're off
fuck
to a
up.
great start.
Okay. I'm just looking to see what their passive stats are. Okay. So, okay. You hear up until Cotton, you hear up until Strike, you know, draws your attention with his strikeness.
Oh, yeah.
You do hear a commotion of someone dropping a box or something like that. Um, m- but, and there is conversation between two individuals. Sounds like a male and female voice. Um, one kind of chiding the other for dropping the box, and they are speaking in a language you do not understand.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Hmm.
Um,
Cotton,
yeah, yes.
you hear anything?
Yeah, I think there are definitely people inside, and they're kind of fighting. I think someone dropped something, but I can't understand what they're saying. I don't know this language.
They abruptly stopped when Strike kind of strode over there, and you can hear them kind of shuffle. They're obviously have
Okay.
shuffled in the room to because they hear
I
someone else there.
I at that snap my fingers and cast silence on Strike and Birdman's location.
Okay. Uh,
Okay. Well, Birdman will do that. I. Do I have an idea? Okay.
Just waving my fucking arms at you.
Well,
Waving
remember.
big meaty claws.
well, well, we could at least understand you with Thieves'
Claw.
Can't if you do that. Well, if I knew we were gonna be dealing with people, I would have cast Clairvoyance before we even got here. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna move up to the window, and I will try to listen in. And I will cast on myself Comprehend Languages, and I roll a stealth check. Do I have advantage as well since I'm outside? Or
yep. You guys
Okay.
have walls between you guys right now, so
walls?
there's still windows and stuff that are loosely draped, but
5. Yeah, so
and in general, for those with stealth checks in my game, line of sight matters 100%. Like you can't just like go stealth if you don't have something to break line of sight. So use the map, use the things you see on the map, or use descriptors or things like that to
So
assist
no
with
super
the-
stealth in light rain.
Yeah, no, yeah.
yeah, so I imagine like Eros just kind of like dips over to like these boxes and barrels and whatnot, and like gets underneath like the sill of the windows and whatnot as she listens
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Then follows her on all fours, like she's in cat mode right now, and kind of also tries to hide behind these barrels, and is like also stealthing, right? So if you roll a stealth check.
Yep.
So-
Advantage.
Not to mention, also in badger mode, but with weapon drawn.
Your weapon drawn?
He's bored of
Yes.
Boreal. He's bored
The
right now.
dire flame
I'm
is
like-
just flopping around.
I'm like pointing up at the window, like
He's like he's bored right now.
I do not want you guys to modify these stats. This is something that we will do on the fly, but if you have advantage on perception checks, your passive perception technically goes up by 5 with the mechanics of the game. So what I'm describing here, Strike, I'm going to describe kind of something that some of you hear, see, and smell. So I'm going to what you guys see first. Birdman, your passive perception is not the lowest in the group, but they actually beat your passive perception. You just kind of run forward. But Strike, as you run past Birdman, make all this noise in between, like the little hole, little gap that's there in the door, as it's kind of partially open. You can see when you cross through kind of this ways, some bodies that went kind of this way, like shadows in the.
Can just run straight in there?
Let me describe what others do first, but yes, what others see first before you do that.
Okay.
And because it's kind of simultaneous. and then Eros, as you and Cotton both. Cotton, it's more that you hear their movements rather than see them.
Hmm.
With your passive hearing. But Eros, you see in the little gap in this window right here between the drapery, similar movements almost simultaneously. And Cotton, you hear those on the wood as they're running
Hmm.
away from you guys. And then you hear the door. They kind of go to a door further in the building and obviously shut it. So I need to modify the dynamic lighting a little bit. As they shut the door, but uh now Strike goes in through the door there. You can put yourself
Yes.
in as far as you want.
And
You Arrows, Cotton, everyone you hear or see that as he's
we
not
can't hear it
he's a
because it's in a silent zone. So,
oh that's true. You focus the silence on
pretty much right here, like right where
okay.
they were.
So yeah, 20-foot radius. Okay, yeah. So he's in a way. I'm just gonna drop a little dot so I remember where the center is. Um, okay.
Am I
Don't
still
hear
in the
anything as you
radius?
barge through. Say what?
Am I still in the radius?
You're still. It's 20 foot. Yeah,
20
20-foot
feet,
radius.
yeah.
Sweet.
So you're almost. You got like one more square before you're out of it.
Fuck, that's a big ass circle. Damn.
So, Strike barrels in. He is in silence, so he doesn't hear anything. But he definitely smells something odd. It doesn't smell like the city. Smells like outside the city actually. Like fresh air, mud, like leaves and trees, things that you don't see in the city. Like they're here in the city, like people grow them, but it's not like outside. You can definitely get that smell.
Can I follow the scent further?
Roll me a perception check with advantage.
That's a 20.
20. Okay. I'm gonna kind of move your token a little bit, and you kind of go off this direction. Stop. Think it's this. No, kind of go. And you stop in front of what would be kind of double doors right here. And you're pretty sure it's coming from back there. And you look down on the ground, and you're now you're out of the silence now, but as you sniffed close to the ground, you can see, you get a good whiff of mud that someone's trailed in, and you can kind of see the trail of mud that came in from outside.
Well, I'm not very silent, so to speak. And very important, the Path of the Beast, level 6 feature I've chosen was the climbing speed. So if I can climb over there, I will.
Oh no.
You don't need to climb over there. You can just walk to the doors.
That works, but alright.
But yes, you can climb over those if you want easily. Okay, Strike's inside. He's out of the silence. You all hear this. What do you guys do?
Oh, shit. Strike just went inside.
What is? Well, I don't even. Do you have any idea of who could be in there? I don't.
I
I
mean,
just hear.
I saw some movement go away, but Strike's not fighting immediately, so they probably left the room.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think we should go after Strike?
When do we never have to go after Strike?
I mean, yeah, but
I heard that!
usually
No, you didn't.
Can I just go around the back of the building? We can see if there's anything going on over there. Like go the other way that they went, so like continue.
Continue
This
to the
way.
left of the screen.
Yeah, continue to the left of the screen.
Yeah. Okay. You get to the far left of the screen. You see an alleyway that goes all the way down. There's another window, of course, right here. But the alleyway, there's no doors or windows on that side.
Can I look inside the window and see what I see?
Yeah. There's a little bit of a drapery. With your passive perception, you do see it's kind of like a guard's room. Like there's a table that has some cups and whatnot on it, like, where the people that worked in the tavern would come and have lunch or whatever.
Okay.
A smaller room, like it's only like a 20 by 20 room that's like in this area.
Can I open the window or try to like open the window? Locked, or does it not open from this side? Or
It is locked. I would need some sort of thieves' tools or a strength check or something.
okay, I have thieves' tools.
So, but 16, easy enough. Like, pop it open, little creak. Kind of have to part the drapes a little bit, and there's just I'll drop you in the room real quick so you can
Yep.
see.
Hop in.
And it's just another door, and you can hear Strike in the room, across the way. Like he's outside this door, down a little bit the ways in the bigger room. That is the warehouse itself.
Okay.
You know what? You follow Strike. I'm going to go through this. This is like an actual open area, right?
Yep. It's like a loading dock.
I'm gonna go into that loading dock, and maybe see if there's some open door. If there's not, I'll just loop back around.
Cotton kind of like cautiously goes into the door that Strike went into, but she's like still on all fours and sneaking. But I don't know which door Strike went into, so.
Pretty sure it's busted open.
Isn't there only one?
Okay, yeah.
She'll go that way, and I go this way.
Hop in, follow Strike. Still concentrating on silence?
Yeah, I'm still concentrating on it.
Okay. So, Cotton, you go into this weird silence bubble as you come into the door. The door makes no noise as you open and close it. Even to that point, you're still in the silence. It's just utter quiet. It's 20-foot radius.
He's very confused
Probably
at first
eerily.
by the silence spell. Oh no, I think she's just surprised, and then she gets used to it. I'm just imagining like cat behavior, like I don't know, sniffing the ground or whatever.
Well, they rely a lot on their sense of hearing.
Yeah.
So your ears, nothing. You can still smell stuff. So you would eventually, your passive perception with smell, you would pick up on that same kind of outdoorsy smell, that mud. That is just it's so different than what you're used to smelling. It kind of draws your attention almost to it very quickly. Eros, you get to that door. It's been like the lock has been cut open. It's a really heavy lock, and it looks like it was like cauterized cut, like something really hot or magical cut it open.
I don't think. Actually, I do have a good insight. But you might actually say like this is more.
These doors were just left open to you guys, But Cotton, if you would look behind, you would see that they kind of opened them from the inside.
Like, okay, just whatever makes more sense, investigation or insight. Like, I just want to see like, is this kind of a how do you say like, oh, we forgot our keys type of break-in, or is this more of where we also are not supposed to be here type of cut?
Insight makes more sense.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, okay. Not supposed to be here. This is quick and precision to make sure the lock just falls off effortlessly. There's no real attempts at mangling it or anything. And the cut itself, I don't know. It's obviously you're leaning towards magic. Your gut is telling you that this isn't something that was made with wire cutters or whatever.
Okay. Then
there's no pressure on it. It's just such a clean cut. And part of it's missing. It's like it cut and almost disintegrated part of the lock. You couldn't lock it back up now.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Sending on Strike.
And you see that mud trail.
Okay. I'm casting Sending on Strike and messaging. So he'll hear in his head, hey, who's ever in here? They're not supposed to be in here. So They don't have ties to this place.
Stands, we're moving in immediately.
Drake, you look back here and where the boxes kind of fell, and there are the boxes have wrapped up old pieces of like Trask jerky in one of the boxes that came over, and then the Trask jerky fell on top of a couple pieces of paper, like poster paper, like somewhat bigger poster paper.
I'm eating the jerky.
Okay, Strike, as you go over eat the jerky, you hear from beyond the wall, other than the smell, you hear a creak of, one of those wooden planks of the floorboards. It's very obvious someone's back there by this point.
And I'm moving in there.
You need to roll me initiative.
Wait,
Yeah.
I got advantage because Bavarian.
Everyone else roll me initiative. The Strike just barrels through the ceiling. Got you. Alright, everyone's here. Alright. So you hear Strike like stomp with his forelimbs as he's getting ready to leap with his fat back limbs to barrel through this door arrow. So you have a split second to react before he does so. What do you do?
Okay. What I'm going to do is.
And these boxes are like 6-7 feet off the ground, so you probably can't see him very well. It's like split,
Okay. I'm going to use my most of my movement.
And most of the boxes are open and empty. It's very few of them.
And it's a door right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's currently closed, not for long.
Currently closed, not for long.
Oh,
Which to do first? You know what? Because Strike is probably going to get targeted first, and I'm kind of out of the way, I would like to just get a little close, and I'm going to cast... this will break the silence area, but I want to cast Detect Thoughts and just use it to examine the area around me in 30 feet.
30 feet.
and just a reminder, that's also in character. If you tell Strike that they don't have any malicious intents or anything, he wouldn't attack them. You've known Jenna long enough to know that.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. All of you would know that, I imagine. Okay. Strike's closer to you. What are Strike's immediate thoughts that you detect?
Kill slash main burn.
Break door. Yes. Well, maybe door doesn't even exist. Okay. From behind the door, it's a, standard wood door, not, double door there, locked and locked on one side from about as thick of a lock as you saw on the front door, probably, which Strike can easily just going through his movement. Just how strong he is, he's gonna break this. This is not hard. In any way, shape, or form. They're very close to the door, and they're probably debating about their choices by this point. As the most immediate thing is they sense something large. They hear the sniffing, the growling, coming from it, and then they hear the muttering. Because detect thoughts is all components. It's vocal, somatic, material. They hear casting happening. You hear, there's a little bit of reaction from that. Ooh, interesting. And then there's almost like pursing through like water from being underwater, like you go through this extra layer. And you feel two presences that very clearly connect with your curiosity, it seems. And they sense you reaching out, like they are telepathic, it seems. like these two people. They were able, like, they immediately pick up on this power that you're using with magic that they just kind of seem to have innately for whatever reason. And it's general, just we want to leave. We do not want to fight. That's the general first thing you get from them. Is they know that you are reacting as you should. You do get the other immediate impression they are not from the city, and they are old. Their brains, their thought processes of something that's been developed over a long period of time. So
Oh,
you're not thinking they're Animezus. You're thinking elf or something like that, which is odd to see in the city.
okay.
Um,
Then Eros would, getting all that, would shout out to Strike. Uh, Wait, they're not actually trying to fight. They want to leave. They're not Animezus. Who are you people? We don't have to get into any confrontations. We could
You have
talk.
to fight if you tell us your intentions.
so, Strike, what do you do on your turn?
I'm glad Strike just breaks through the door.
Okay.
But
Are you going
will
through the door? Or are you?
I'm climbing over the door if that's at all possible.
How do you climb over a door? There's no
It's
top to the door.
I have the
connected
path of
to the ceiling.
beast. I have the path of beast thing, if that counts.
Oh god.
You can't
I can
climb
just
over
kind
a
of
door.
climb
You
this
have to somehow open the door or break through the door. So
Alright,
if you're just running through the door and you're just continuing at full speed like you're saying, I'm going to say as whatever you're doing, which I assume is strength based afterwards, is part of breaking the door. Otherwise, are you stopping in front of the door and trying to do something else?
Alright,
Now-
I can just normally break through the door or climb over the door. I'll just say, tell us what your intentions are, and maybe we won't have to fight you.
Roll in a persuasion or intimidation. That sounds like both.
It just naturally comes out as intimidation with Strike.
That's a 19.
It's just intimidating.
It's not even with strength, that's with charisma. I got a 9.
This is charisma. They can't see how strong you are yet. They just hear your growling and whatnot from the other side. Okay, so there's some murmuring in a language Strike does not understand. And they
Can't I understand it because I have comprehend languages up to if I hear it.
Okay.
What language? Because I've got
It's what you hear is a female voice say, "One of us is reading our thoughts. We should just speak in our mother tongue." And you don't know what language they're speaking. Comprehend language just lets you understand.
Yeah, I figured that much.
So the female voice is basically tells the other person in the room to go to the opposing wall. Let's cut a hole. I don't know if we can trust any. The last time, she just gets really somber with her voice, and then you hear footsteps as this guy walks away from wherever he was, away from you all, and then you hear this loud, like, sounds like a jet engine being started, this thing almost from the other room, and then it sounds like fire or like a laser cutting through wood on the opposite side.
Are they speaking in Masterland, perchance?
No, they're not.
Then I don't get it.
Do I get anything from my detect thoughts as well? Like, with that whole sad thing? Unless she walked out of range of it.
Okay. Detect thoughts. One of the mental connections leaves the area. You still have the woman voice, and she kind of senses that you're picking up on things. Her telepathy is pretty strong, you feel, and she She asked telepathically, and she really trusts, not you. She says you, but you know she means Beast Boy on the other side of the wall. This is like
Yeah.
he's big. They can feel how big he is on the other side of the wall. But so what do you say? And then it's Cotton's turn.
Well, am I getting to respond back to the like telepathy?
Telepathy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like okay.
She's allowing you to respond.
She would Eros would say, really, we're not even here to really hurt anyone, do anything. I swear, you can trust us. Please.
Doesn't say anything in response. You know, time is moving quickly in these few moments. Cotton, what do you do?
Okay, first of all, Cotton is a bit like upset, scared. So her fur is like all poofed up, fighting mode. Um, so that's a mental image to keep in mind. Cotton kind of goes up to goes near Strike, but she doesn't ready an attack or something. She just says like she doesn't really want confrontation, so she's like trying to talk to him. I forgot the language we both speak. What was it called?
Sylvan.
That would be the German thing.
Yeah, so she just like it's like, hey, stop. It's like saying how like he's supposed to just like stop because she doesn't really want to fight and mess up this mission. Ja.
Warum?
Ja, Alter, du hast doch keine Ahnung, was das überhaupt für Leute sind. Musst du immer so hier alles wegfressen, dass du so. Also ich verstehe dich manchmal einfach nicht.
Beau dich immer. Lass uns einfach hören, was die zu sagen haben. And for Eris to translate, because she understands it.
Bitte.
You go first.
Bitte einfach nicht sofort zerfleischen. And she's kind of pleading. So.
And for Eris to translate, it's kind of like, we don't even know what they're doing. And Strike is like, okay. And Cotton is like, just don't kill them yet. And Strike is like, okay.
Great, awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm still hiding. Like Cotton is still kind of like sneaking. So, you said that that these like barrels and chest like storage is like open, so maybe she climbs into one of those things and kind of like be safe, I guess. I don't know. She's not really into fighting, so.
It's a cat in the box.
Okay. You only moved a little bit. You only moved a little bit. So
yeah.
Roll as your action or bonus action, your choice. If you want to hide, and you're hide in the little boxy. As you jump in the box, you do see over here a knocked over box. There are pieces of like meat that are like falling over, and then underneath the box and the meat, there's like these couple poster papers. They're like face down.
I'm still hiding because Cotton is kind of afraid, but can I kind of see what's on those like they turn around so I can't really see it, right?
There, the posters are face down. You just see that it's old pieces of Tarrasque meat that have fallen out of this box on these posters. It's kind of like that's obviously what you heard fall when you.
Yeah, and what strike I ate earlier. So yeah, do I need to roll anything? I didn't.
Roll a stealth check to hide.
Okay, yeah.
You have advantage because they're still on the other side of a wall. Okay, 22. Okay, not likely to see you at all. Like even Eros isn't quite. Eros saw you jump in those boxes, but isn't quite sure where you went after that fact. And then, okay.
Yeah, I'm very helpful. Go ahead.
Yeah, waiting to see, yeah. Okay, Birdman, you hear them yelling, talking in a language you don't understand that you've heard before. Eros yelled out, they're not trying to, they're just here. They're not from here, I imagine. No, you
Yeah.
said that in sending. So
Yeah, I
never
said
mind.
that to
But
Strike.
nonetheless, you do know that, you heard the intimidation from Strike. So what do you do?
There's not a
That
lot
door?
going on in this room, right? There's not like a door that connects to that other room. It's just
No.
okay.
You
I
could,
will.
if you wanted to break down a wall, you
Make a door.
No, there's no way I'm gonna be able to break down a wall. I will climb out a
Uh,
window and run to another room though. Like I'll go like out the window.
Yeah.
Like however much movement that would take,
like
and
15.
then kind of just dash over here. Hello. Like.
Okay,
I heard
what you
that.
see, there's these boxes sort of in the way, right? But you do see, kind of above the boxes, kind of like eye level with you, this like blade made out of energy that's like cutting through the walls in one
Huh.
swoop, and then uh part of it's burning and singeing, and you hear another cut, but it just was like the wood just kind of like singed against the wood. It didn't quite cut through the wood.
Okay, I will ready my bow, like, to shoot anybody that, like, comes out. I mean, like, because they're like, we don't want to fight, but if they're trying to run away, then, yeah, I'm gonna fuck them up. So I just
Okay.
I just pull my bow out, and I kind of just, like, sit there with it readied.
Okay.
Arrow ready to go. So whoever comes out of the hole will see me. Like, oh, shit.
Okay.
Caught between a badger man and a bird.
Mm-hmm.
The worst combo imaginable.
Attorney at crime and crime lord.
Crime.
You hear Eros. No, you don't. You detect with your detect thoughts sort of like half a telephone conversation.
Only
As
half?
as the woman is loosely telepathically speaking with someone else. They're just kind of out of your purview. You're kind of getting. And she is not hiding this from you. Like, you get the impression she could, but she's not. And she kind of conquers her fear because she is a little scared right now with Strike on the other side of the door. And with your detectos, you get her kind of telling something about, you go back, I will stay here. There was some sort of disagreement about that, and she has to like forcefully kind of tell the other person a couple of times, and then she's thinking, and she obviously is kind of walking towards the door, and she uses she kind of used her action to do a check to kind of figure out what she wanted to do, like do a search check. So now she's like going towards the door, and you can hear Strike on the other side of the door. She's kind of gotten closer to it and is leaning almost to where the slit of the double doors meet, and you can see you think it's human, woman, kind of through the slit, kind of pale blonde hair, and I will open the door if you promise to let my friend leave.
You both leave, depending on what happens. Just tell us what you're here for, and we'll be alright.
My friend leaves, and we'll tell you once he's gone.
I would like you both there. You don't sound like you're doing any real criminal stuff or anything, so just let us know and we'll be alright. Alright?
All she says. She listens to what you say, but she's looking back towards her friend that you can't really see in the room. And Eros, what do you do?
Okay, so Eros will walk over to here and do I detect Birdman?
You're just out of range.
Okay, but I can hear the.
You detect now the guy. It's just a male voice.
And Strike's thoughts are in line with what he
he's
said.
shielding his mind pretty well, but just about one more strike. Just one more good strike.
Okay.
Strike is in line with what he said. He will let him go if they have a good explanation.
Yeah. Okay. Your detect thoughts lets you kind of loosely know where Cotton is a little more specifically.
Loosely. I can just sense the kitty cat. So Eros will, and I'll do it. This will be a persuasion. But Eros will say, you don't have to really worry. Why does your friend have to go too? We could help you both. I mean, yeah, we don't really know each other, but like, it's not like we aren't all doing crime right now. Wow, that sucks. I mean, it's still a 10, but damn.
She will respond, yeah, we all do some crime, so please. And she's quiet after the please, but Birdman, you hear all of a sudden in your head, just let him go. And Strike. What do you do?
Can I use both an action and a bonus action to break through the door and also communicate with them? Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure.
Then I use an action to break through the door. Do I really need an athletics check for a fucking wooden door?
No.
And I'm just breaking in.
Alright, she has a... No, she didn't ready. She looks surprised that you're in the room. She draws a longsword in two hands.
I'm sheathing my flail. I'm just putting it back on my back. And I ask, what is your objective here? Just tell me what you need here. And we won't have to fight.
All she says is let my friend go. That's all she says.
Come on, give me a little bit more than that. We will have to need a little more detail.
The friend looks back, conflicted of what to do. He's going to roll an insight check. Okay, he sticks on his goal.
If that's just a wisdom check, it goes below my 17 passive wisdom.
This is just for him to decide what to do. If he needed to stick on his course. He cuts through the wood, pops out, your ready to action goes off, Birdman.
Oh
shot.
shit.
He has half cover because of the stuff. It's there, but still. You do have it. Also, you do have advantage because he sort of didn't know you were there.
Okay, so. Oh fuck. Okay.
That's
Does
a
a 24 hit him?
You can crit fish if you want. You have advantage.
Crit fish,
Yeah.
God!
Oh, that's right, crit fish. Hell yeah.
Oh gods.
Well, I'm gonna get a fucking. So 24 is gonna hit him.
Oh yeah, 24 hits.
Okay, so it is, I believe, for longbow is a 1d8, or is it 1d6?
1d8.
1d8 plus your dex.
Okay.
Which is stupid
This is
because
also-
longbow
this is
should be
also
strength.
sneak attack, right? Because he didn't
You
know I
had-
was there.
You have advantage, yeah.
Longbows are in the compendium, so you could just drag and drop it.
Yeah, you can just drag and drop it.
Oh yeah, I could. Plus my dex, which is 3, so it'd be 8.
The moment I see the arrow hit,
And
I just shot
you-
out.
Sneak attack.
I just shot out. Brian! Don't!
I do it anyway.
Oh, I don't know if you really know Brian's there.
I see the arrow. Nobody else uses
One
arrows.
extra D.
Okay, after the arrow, yes. Okay. All right, one extra. I clip him right across the. You think you do, but you turn back and like, um, as he kind of turns to see kind of where you're at, the arrow is almost, and this is 100% narrative for this. Okay, like
Right.
I'm just describing an ability
No,
that's
you're
really.
good.
This is really temporary HP, but basically he has this like shield on him that like grabs the arrow and then like you still do damage to him, but he has like temp HP.
Right, the arrow
So-
kind of like sticks out of like an invisible force or something.
Yeah.
I got you.
So you diminish the shield around him, and he grabs this necklace thing as in front of him, and you see this dude.
I guess I kind of scream, "Stop! I am the Birdman." That's all I scream. Stop! I am the Birdman. With my arrow, like with my bow ready up.
He looks at you, confused, and then this is just gonna 1, 2, 3.
You don't
That's
run away?
4,
Don't
20,
run.
5, 30, 35, 40.
Ah!
Okay. He's pretty fast.
Oh,
Is he 50
And
feet possible?
he's already got a head start on you, so we'll see. And lady there is not gonna let you chase after it. Just gonna be honest. Okay, so I'm not gonna redraw the dynamic lighting, but he did cut like a hole kind of in there, that area. And Cotton, you hear all this. The lady pleading, just let her friend go. She doesn't know at all that you're here. She just kind of hasn't seen you yet, at least.
And you would also have heard the signature sound of Strike's flare if he had it.
So yeah, it's my turn.
You
So
guys are here for whatever information was hidden in the thing, so you could start looking through what was dropped here or other boxes to try to find information for the actual job you were here for.
yeah, that's also like a door above me, right? Like this. Wait, where's my thing? Like here.
You saw Birdman come. No, you didn't see Birdman come out of there. That's true. Yeah, there's a door ajar. Door open over here.
Okay. So I don't know. I think Cotton has calmed down a little bit, like. So, but she will, since she's like a thief or whatnot, she will actually start looking around the room. Maybe where she's sitting, like she's sitting in the boxes. Maybe she checks these boxes first, as quietly as she can, and then she will maybe move on to here. But I don't know. Can I do that in one turn, or like since it's like in combat right now?
You can begin a search check, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll an investigation or perception.
Okay. Let's see.
Makes sense with what you're doing here.
Okay, that wasn't very successful. So yeah.
Many of these boxes are open already, and from what you see, they've taken out what's from it, whatever in here. It's kind of like you get the loose impression some of these boxes to figure out what they actually was in them. You would need to like more finely tune look in them and do scrapings or whatnot. You're not really sure. The only other thing that draws your immediate attention is the stuff in the center. Those posters look like they were rolled up relatively recently, and they're like kind of curling back up in on themselves again, wanting to roll up again. Like they've been carried. They're not used to being stretched out, so it makes you think like they've been, maybe these people you're talking to brought them with them, that is.
Okay.
You can still move, and you still have a bonus action.
Okay. Cotton quietly moves over here, still on all fours. And sniffs the area, like sniffs the paper, and then she's gonna roll an insight check, I think, right?
Okay.
To see if can like think of something. Okay. Does she have any idea what that is?
What the paper is?
Yeah.
There's two bigger posters here. The one closest to you looks loosely from what's rolled up there. You think it's a map of the area,
Mm-hmm.
like the local area around the city.
Mm-hmm.
The other one you're not sure what it is.
Okay.
It's like it's mostly blank white paper, and there's some very stark lines drawn on it.
Mm.
One of them, it looks like someone drew a foot or something on it. Like it looks really weird.
Okay, she just takes she has like a little backpack with her, so she takes the paper.
You'll have to wait until
Goes.
next turn to use your action to move all the shit off of it. But yes,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
You can start like shuffling some of the smaller stuff as
Yeah.
part of your turn.
She's shuffling around. Little paws.
Okay. All right. You're not hidden anymore. So the lady
Mm.
here, as Strike busts in, as her friend busts out of the thing, as you appear, she gets a little more nervous, and she doesn't raise her weapon any more than it is. She just says yet again, "Just let him go, please." And everyone can hear that now. She yelled that pretty loudly. And Birdman, what do you do?
Oh man.
You,
I guess
she said that in common. You did understand that.
that dude. Okay, so I run up to the hole. I guess like where she was at, which I guess would be like right over here.
Yep.
And I kind of look through the hole, like
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck.
I'll bring you on the other side just so you can see what's there.
Yeah. And I go, oh man, what do I say? Oh, what's a good thing for a bird to just say when I fucking get back in here? Just getting away. It's just like he's like getting away, like pointing, like squawk. And but I hear her say like, "Let him go," like "Let him go," like just like say, "Let him go." You're running away.
Okay, that's some of your movements.
Yeah. I don't really like. No, I guess like I try to come off like how why would I let him go? Like he kind of just like busted through this fucking window. Like why would I let him go? You know what the fuck?
Eros definitely picks up on this.
Yeah.
With the other thing, and then the woman in the room looks back and just yes, please, is all she says.
What? Fuck no. This is what? Fuck no. Looks at her. Fuck no.
No,
Why?
because
Okay, do you want to ready in action, or are you chasing after him?
I will. I will wait a second. Like, I want this lady to explain to me why she doesn't want me to go after her friend first before I fucking just dip. Like, why? What's your problem, lady?
Okay, then why don't you use your action to
Can I
roll a
use like
persuasion?
like an insight check to like see why I would want to let him go? Like, does she have like a reason?
She hasn't expressed any reason other than just please, like that she'll
Uh,
stay and explain once. Your passive perception, yeah, you would have, I guess, heard that a little bit. Like,
I mean,
I
yeah,
think
I
she'll
could
say
roll.
that again. She'll explain everything once he's gone. Like she just wants him gone, to be gone. She'll just feel more comfortable.
Can I roll an insight check? Like, why? Like, is it like personal or like
Sure.
what is
Roll
the
an insight.
deal? Okay. I'm like, what's the deal with this lady? If it's a bad reason, I'm gonna go chase after him. If it's not a bad reason, then I'm just gonna leave him.
what you're attorney at crime. You should love the bad reasons.
That's true.
Um, the most apparent and obvious reason to you can see from what you've seen of these two individuals is they are both elven, so there is that. That rings true that she's trying to protect one of her own. Uh, um, the other thing that you kind of pick up on, less personal, is The door is broken open there. You can probably see a little bit of ways in there with Cotton kind of investigating across the way. Yeah, a little bit of Cotton there. He may have something already that he's running away with that they have gotten from here. And you guys, for your job, has been to come to this warehouse and find what is left here by the 12th house. So they have taken things that could give you more money.
So I will chase after him. I fucking jump out the window again. Fuck no.
Strike would shout after you. Don't kill him.
Okay.
No promises.
Well, that was your action to just kind of sit there and just be there for a moment. You still have
with that, yeah.
Yeah, you still have movement that you can use if you still have some.
I don't think I would have any more. No.
Okay.
You're right.
You didn't jump into this square. I just moved you there so you could see.
Technically. Oh, so then running over here is only my 30 feet. So unless I were to dash, but I can't. So
no. Okay. So you're just okay. So you hear him. He's just around the corner. He's not too far. Okay. The lady here.
Keep in mind, Strike has his weapon sheathed the moment he came in. So he has no hostile intentions yet.
No murderous intention.
yet, or so he says.
She does not disengage. I would like you to try to avoid a grapple, Birdman, as she tries to grapple you.
The fuck?
So athletics or acrobatics?
You said she is not disengaged. I'm not using an opportunity attack.
No, she just runs at Birdman.
Instead of the opportunity attack, can I just run after?
Get off me!
No.
Half movement, not even?
No. No, that's what special abilities that Vengeance Paladins can do.
Dead Paladins, I hate you!
Yeah, everyone does.
I have a level 15 Vengeance Paladin. Vengeance Paladins get that at level 7, that they can do reactions with that, so...
Not to mention one of the kids is proposed to be a paladin, so I hate them a little bit less.
Okay, so she runs there, she tries to grapple you. With her first attack, misses, gonna try again. Second attack.
Come on, Batman.
No.
You are
Fuck you, I'm gonna stab this lady, I swear to god, y'all better do something fast.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
As long as we get the recover the item, whatever. I just have to clean it afterward.
Okay, so putting that on a different layer. Okay, grappled, you cannot move. Other than that, things. Eros, you just saw her kind of run away. You see Strike actually choose not to hit her. She does so. And then you come around the corner. She misses once, grabs him with, kind of has him almost like in a noogie hold around his neck.
It's very strange for Strike, I might add, not to just hit immediately.
Yeah, sure. It seems strange. So
she goes a little wide-eyed as she sees you come closer, but she just resolves herself and just kind of winces, ready for what you're, assuming you're gonna hit her.
Eros actually would shout, "Everyone, stop it now! Birdman, you too. Strike, just let me have my moment. Jeez, stop.
Yay!
I'm like in the moment right now, and you're really drying me out.
Let me go!
Yay!
And now I guess I get a better look at this woman as well.
Okay. Do you want to roll a persuasion as your action? Is that what that was?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
18. And if I could just basically get like a, I don't know, better description of what she looks like, since I can really see her.
Okay.
Whoa.
She saw it.
She would definitely be like, "Nice outfit, by the way. It's really cute."
Elven, you've seen very few elves in your time that aren't drow, and most of the drow live in the city. So, not sure other than that. She, at your persuasion, she loosens her grip of Birdman, but doesn't exactly let go. She wants to ensure Birdman is not going to continue to chase after the person she's already asked 3 or 4 times to let go. So,
Birdman?
she...
Birdman just looks at you like, get this bitch off me.
Put your
And maybe I'll think about it.
Birdman, just put the bow away. We can just talk, and besides, even if he gets away, they have to meet up at some point, so it's not like she's really out of the clear, is she?
Birdman looks at this lady and says, they have to meet up eventually. She's not out of the clear. Like,
I love it so much. Oh god. Okay. Strike, what do you do?
everybody's like
I'll
brandishing
keep
a
chasing
knife.
after the guy with whatever the fuck he's got.
Okay, I would like
I'm
an
dashing.
acrobatics check to get past the woman, because she will try to block you.
Acrobatics.
Strike! Damn it!
Okay, she's gonna roll at disadvantage. Dexterity. Because she's already kind of holding what's his butt. Okay, you jump out between her and Birdman, kind of land there.
Yeah, just ask him as a bonus action what's in the box.
What box?
Because
Yeah.
I've got 50 feet movement. I'm definitely catching up.
Well, use 25. Yeah, probably.
I'm dashing.
Okay,
It's a
that
bonus
doesn't
action, I
mean
just
no,
ask him.
you're catching up. That doesn't mean that this is resolved. Like, okay. Your bonus action, we could say, is your acrobatics to dodge through. So you can use your action to roll a persuasion check to ask them, "What's this all about?" And then you can continue your movement.
That's a net 20.
Okay.
I don't know, that doesn't mean automatically success, but it's a net
Hey.
20.
That's a net 20. He will ask in response to you what's going on. What houses do you serve? I understand that's important in this city.
Serve the Adventurers Guild. So basically, all I'm asking you is to tell me what's in the box. And if it's not any drugs you're trying to spread among the people, I'll let you live. Does that sound like a good deal?
Eros, you pick up on with your detect thoughts. Drugs? This woman's, like, disgusted by the thought that he would think something like that. Before then, she had the idea of as long as they don't work for the 12th house, I'll be okay.
And whose job is this for again?
You're working for the 10th house to
Okay.
investigate the 12th house.
We're not working.
And Arrow's free action, speaking.
We're not working with the 12th house. We're not. We're working with the 10th. We swear. I'm from the 13th
Yes.
house.
We just want to know what's inside that box. And if you're not trying to get the general populace hooked on some shit, we're good, alright?
Yeah. What's inside the box?
Will you let my friend go if I tell you?
Yes, we will.
No.
With a stern look to both.
Yeah.
With a very stern look to
Like,
both
really
Strike
saying
and
no.
Birdman.
You've known Strike long enough. He'll let people go if it's not dangerous for the general populace.
He's literally in the middle of saying no. When he stops. He's like, yes.
Strike also immediately says yes.
Okay, Strike, so you don't run after him.
He doesn't continue to pursue him if it's not dangerous for the people.
She's
Yes.
disgusted by drugs, Strike. They're not doing any of that.
Okay. So
No, they don't like
they
you
ha-
with your fancy magics.
okay,
They
if
have
no
to meet up eventually.
if no one's gonna give chase to her friend, I will end initiative.
Not giving chase.
Not giving
know,
chase
and-
until it
and-
is
So
confirmed that
I'm
it's not
hearing
drugs or
this,
some
like-
shit.
Okay, she's like she says it is not drugs. I would never do that.
Come on,
As
get
much as-
inside. Let's not talk out here.
She nods at that, remembering where she's at, and you guys come inside.
And Strike says, let's just talk. What is this all about? We can be friends. No.
She very earnestly goes to where the posters are, to answer your question. It's easier to show you, I think.
She's still just headlocking me.
No, she let go
Like,
of
let
you.
me go.
She let go of you as soon as no one was chasing her friend.
And Strike will keep a very close eye on you.
Okay, Cotton is in the process of maneuvering these things, and she comes over and says, "Oh, let me help you," and like, she kind of brushes over the map, like the one closer to you, kind of over to you, so you can have a look at it, and then the other one she grabs and takes the briefest moment to like look at it herself, like holding like a map scroll kind of in front of her, and like she has this perturbed look. She's very unsure if she should do this right now, but she kind of takes a deep breath in and okay, I guess, and you get the impression, Eros, from her thoughts that she's like, we have to trust someone in the city eventually, otherwise this will never work, is kind of the gist of what she's saying to herself. And she holds open the paper like in front of her, so she's like behind it, you can't see her face, and she has her hand, right hand on the top, left hand on the bottom to hold the paper, and you see a butchery diagram, something those of you that have grown up in the city are used to. Like, butchery is a very common practice in this, and initially it's not a surprise to you. It's a common knowledge for most people of the parts of the Tarrasque and where certain meats come from and whatnot. And I would like. You don't need to check for this. It just takes you guys a moment to realize it. Those of you that have higher insight scores than the rest of you, it takes you you pick up on it a little quicker. This diagram of this Tarrasque is too small. The proportion's off. It's really off.
Instead of
Like,
4,
Like,
what
shouldn't
way...
the tail just doesn't look wide enough? The legs, where the hips are joined, it's thicker than you're used to seeing in the other diagrams. And the horns are kind of more curved on the head from the diagram than before.
Smaller
And
Tarrasque?
eventually you guys pick up on, this is a child. This is a young Tarrasque diagram. Like, this isn't, none of you have seen something like this before. This is weird. Like, this is like as if a Tarrasque was a baby. What would happen? Where would you harvest from?
So with an insight of 4, I guess I would just ask, a young Tarrasque? Is that what you're saying?
Birdman looks up at the sky and he goes, "Young Tarrasque." Like in like thought. Oh.
That's what I'm saying, Brian.
I am Birdman.
Brian.
Birdman.
Aside from
Right.
those two,
Damn it!
my
Fucking-
and Eros would extend out her hand to the elf and say, "My name's Eros."
I am Talaria. It is realizing you are all not reacting at all how she thought you were. She's kind of like, it's positive to her. She's a little hopeful. She shakes her hand a little more fervently.
I'm just giving
It
her a
is-
pat on the head and say, I'm Strike.
Uh, uh, thank. Yes. She almost says thank you 'cause she's not sure why you patted her on the head. It's so off-putting to her. And then she finally notices the little cotton on the boxes over there again. And what is your name?
My name is Cotton, and I don't know now.
Meow, indeed.
She's a nervous
Ah.
cat. And this is Birdman, Attorney at Crime.
He's also known as Brian.
He's not known as Brian.
He's known
Birdman.
as Brian.
Birdman.
This is the Birdman.
Just repeat Birdman.
Birdman.
Nice to meet you, Birdman.
Talaria. He like says it in her name, like in her voice. Talaria.
Now that I've told you this information, I've confirmed enough on my own end. I would like to go meet up with my friend, if that is amiable to you all.
He
Well-
looks at Eros. He says, "They have to meet up eventually.
Well,
She's not out of
First-
the clear yet."
well,
I would like to ask, I guess, that you don't follow me and my friend, as we have more to do here. I believe people should know in the city what the 12th house is up to. And now you can spread that knowledge. Other than that,
I would
Well,
like
I-
to come along just in
Cotton-
case.
hold on, everyone. Just let's pump the brakes real quick. Okay, let's just calm down. Are you saying that this, as she points to the poster, the 12th house is doing this? Making... I don't know why they would just make pictures of baby Tarasques. I've never even heard of such a thing, and it's diagrammed to be butchered? Or are you saying that they're the ones who are doing this?
No, I think it's saying that it's an image of a baby Tarask they're butchering.
That's
Which
what I said,
is
Strike.
very questionable in the first place.
Where would
But
that even?
it's still better than drugs.
Where would the Tarrasque even come from? And I also say something to agree to Striker. In what was the language again? I'm sorry, I forgot. But I said
Sylvan.
in Sylvan.
German.
Definitiv folgen. Definitiv. So yeah.
Sehr fragwürdig, was hier passiert. And for Eros, it's very questionable what happens here.
Also, I said we should follow him.
And also, we should follow him, yes, of course.
Okay, you three, pointing to Cotton, Birdman, and Strike, see if there's anything else in the warehouse that could be useful. Let me talk to Talaria, please.
Sure,
What?
but
Understood.
I do crimes.
Yes, you do crimes.
Yes, crimes.
crimes,
And
yeah.
I'm following the guy who had the thing. I'm just following him. By scent, if possible. If I have to roll anything, I will.
A baby Tarrasque.
Someone needs to convince Talaria not to follow Strike, because her initial thing is to not let Strike follow. Because that's not what this agreement was about. So she's not going to agree to that.
Arrows would definitely...
Saying I'm following, I'm not saying it. So you will have to figure out if I'm following.
We're not following.
My detect thoughts would have fell, so I wouldn't know. But Arrows...
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, Arrows has a
Okay,
passive
Strike.
insight of 18.
Strike, before... Arrows, real quick, before that.
Mm-hmm.
Strike, when you go into that room, telepathically, Talaria comes in your head and asks you, what are you doing?
Simply trying to figure out what your friend is doing. I'm not going to harm him. I promise you that.
Impeding him from escaping the city is what I'm worried about more than anything else.
Eating him? I'm simply trying to figure it out. If what you're saying is true, you have nothing to worry about, right?
You should be able to talk to me and trust me, not if that's the case.
Some son in that case, so, or a little bit in the next room.
Strike, what are you doing?
Just trying to figure out if what they're saying is genuine. We can't know for sure, no, can we?
It's times that there's like, wish I could like know a spell to like transfer emotions and whatnot.
Birdman looks at Strike and says, "Investigate the warehouse." And then he looks at Eros and says, "They're not out of the clear yet."
Yes.
Love Birdman so much.
He's not out of the clear yet.
Yes. Please let me handle this, Strike. You also make way too much noise anyway. You could never follow someone. It's not what you're
Then
supposed to do.
Strike comes back and looks at Cotton and says, was glaubst du?
Ja, nee, oder was weiß ich denn? Naja.
Investigate the warehouse. Just screaming in Eros's voice.
He looks back to Talaria and says, can we trust you?
What do I need to do to prove my trust? Other than I've told you what I know, I've given you the truth that I know. All I've asked in return is you let my friend return home, where we've come from. And let me
Please
follow
show us what's inside the box so we can be certain. It's
Well,
not that difficult now, is it?
Well, they can't do that because the box isn't here. And Eros would
I can catch up quite quickly.
Eros moves right next to her and says, I know a way that could solve this easily. Just if you let me just into your mind, just let me delve into it, and I, without anyone having to be followed, can confirm if we can trust you. Which I feel we can.
Into it. Delve into it. Explore the warehouse. And then he walks away to like look for shit. Investigate the warehouse.
I love it. Okay,
Can I roll anything against that detect thoughts thing?
No.
well, surface thoughts he just gets. If he wants to delve in more, he has to roll a check. They have to do a save. That is.
Yeah, and I'm asking her to let me do it as well. Like, I haven't casted the spell just yet, so and I'll roll a persuasion check too, if need be.
No, what she does is she goes to her wrists and like twists this metal dial thing, and then you hear this like puff of noise and whatnot as her gauntlet on both forearms she kind of takes them off, and you see that they're like ethereally like tendrils with this like energy to this chest piece that's on her back, on her, rests on her between her shoulder blades, and she reaches behind very dexterously and kind of pops that off, and then sits down, and you feel that water like connection you had with them before dissipates when she takes this thing off, and she kind of goes down to like sit cross-legged, and yes, I'm ready.
You still have to roll a check for it.
No, you could just choose to fail things, though. Okay, so then I cast Detect Thoughts, and I dig deeper into her mind to find what her memory of the box itself, of what was taken.
Okay. You see her first she kind of tells you, I need to give you context first. And she takes you back to basically the one-shot stuff that I did for the other group, which is 13 or so years ago in game. And she takes you back. She was engaged and involved in that situation, and she takes you back to how that there was a group of people who worked for the eighth house who kind of were doing an independent investigation and stuff and picked up on some of the initial burgeoning ideas of this experimentation to create like this baby child Tarask hybrid thing. Because Tarasks aren't supposed to be able to reproduce; they just exist. And so you get the impression that they stopped something that 13 years ago from the 12th house of like gaining more control over the markets and stuff like that, and gaining the power of that weird necromancy alchemy that they're going. But then something happened about 10 years ago when Iconera took over, and they had a much easier time kind of going about that, and that kind of aided them to create these weird ghoul like Tarask babies that are undead things that they were able to kind of grow from certain parts, more precious parts of the Tarask, like a baby from it by mutating it with necromantic magic. And you kind of see that she's been dealing with this for years, trying to track down these different places where they've actually, the 12th house has outside the city and inside the city. They've taken care of most of them outside the city, and they've moved inside the city underground. As I see, understand where they are. They have like farms of these, like they're growing these terrasses very quickly, and then they're like selling. They're not letting the terrasses reach maturity in any way, shape, or form. They're like letting them grow to be relatively viable as a food source, and then slaughtering them, and then selling their meat in the meat market, and it's tainted meat, more or less. And so, and they're making a good amount of money off of it as well. So she has samples of this meat from outside, and they, in this box, there's a sample of their meat, and that is supposed to be, that was marked as part of this year's kind of cell group, that kind of got sent back for being poor quality, and it just kind of got happenstance, just kind of got forgotten here, as best she can intuit. And they took that piece of meat, decent sized piece of meat in the box, and they're taking it back to their alchemists to test it to see if it's indeed the same tainted stuff that that was being imported in the city from these farms outside the city.
Does Eros share that knowledge with the others?
Give me a moment. So as that comes to mind, I imagine Eros was like probably also sitting like cross-legged across from her, and like probably closing her eyes to like push forward and through, even with the ease of access. Imagine it's still like swimming through muck. And when she like pulls back to, she would breathe in, breathe out, put a hand on Talaria's shoulder, and would say, "Thanks." Would look at Strike, and then look at Strike. After delving deep inside of this woman, I have learned that there's nothing but meat in the box. Tainted meat. From a Tarask baby that the 12th house is using to sell. So, not drugs, just bad meat.
but they're making money off of
How
it.
can they even
Back.
be Tarrasque younglings? How? I thought. I don't understand.
Something about the god of death and necromancy or something? I don't really
Oh, man,
understand
it's
that.
way over my head.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Any insights, Teleria?
At that point, Strike would just proclaim he's going to follow the guy, but to assist him rather than hinder him, if that is allowed by Teleria.
Someone needs to roll a charisma check to convince her this is a good idea.
Yes, you're clattering.
I don't think that's a good idea, so I'm not.
Where's my
Yes, here.
charisma check?
You guys hear
Hello.
wood clattering, and all you see is Birdman hanging out of a box. What's in the box? And she's just like looking through the. Investigate the warehouse.
He wouldn't keep following the guy unless someone else convinces him it's a good idea.
I don't think that's a good idea, Strike. They're trying to get out of the city, and
Yeah, you're pretty loud, Strike. I mean, you're strong, but the messes I've had to clean up for you, I don't know. You're not the most subtle.
But I'm just trying to
Compared to
help
them.
at this point.
well,
Yeah, you're pretty loud, Strike.
Strike.
You just keep
Hanging out of a box.
repeating what other people say, Brian.
Strike.
Investigate the warehouse.
Stop investigating the warehouse.
No,
Like
keep
Naruto
investigating
runs
the
away.
warehouse.
Investigate the warehouse. Like Naruto runs through the warehouse.
Strike.
So it said Strike would help investigating the warehouse.
Strike, I
Okay,
know that you're. I know that you want to help people out, but our faces are recognizable and theirs aren't. This is kind of over our heads too, so we don't really need to deal with all that. What we do need though is this poster. We just need to take this back to the 10th house and then we get paid, and just let them deal with it.
10th house. Get paid. Investigate the warehouse.
Yes, yes.
Screaming.
You're making good point, Alice. I kind of do need to get paid. I need to get some stuff for the kids. And what kind of sizes are tampons for the
Pay
16-year-olds and stuff? I don't
Pay
even.
Like,
I don't know the kind of
It's
stuff.
like one size all fits all, I think.
Hey,
Maybe
Red.
there's some in
There's,
the
like-
warehouse. You could investigate it and maybe find some.
Is it a one-size-fits-all kind of thing?
Roll a
Are you
1
sure?
on a D100? How the fuck does that even happen?
I don't.
But it doesn't happen very often.
I
Doesn't mean it's not anything horrible. It just isn't anything good. So.
Moving
What
on
the
to
fuck?
more specifically, so not Birdman.
I really doubt there are tampons inside of a warehouse filled with spoiled Tarrasque meat. And yeah,
Well,
they're
I
pretty
mean,
much.
it wouldn't be very hygienic.
I'm asking what I need to buy if we do get paid for it all.
What's in the
Just
fucking
buy
box?
Maybe you
some
can
raw.
help me.
Roll an investigation check.
Cotton, I leave this up to you. Because I really,
Yeah.
really, really need to go to the bar to do something.
All right, I will go shopping with him then.
Go to the bar. He like hooks up. Go to the bar. You see him poking out of a box.
Yes,
Something, but the kids take precedence here.
Go to the bar.
yes, I have a brand new performance that I want to showcase at the tavern. I think it'll really be fun.
But. Investigate the warehouse.
Yes,
Alright,
after
roll
we
an
investigate the warehouse.
Investigation check.
Okay.
Let's roll at investigation or perception at advantage, I think. Because she would know more about that than Strike does.
Investigation check.
Hmm.
There's not much in here, guys. Like it's not. It's just like mostly empty boxes. So.
I mean, we'll
No,
figure it
that's for going
I
shopping,
looked through
not at the
every
boxes
empty
themselves.
box. Every box
And
the Birdman
Batman.
walks up to, you hear, "What's in the box?" looks at it.
Okay, most of the boxes have been already. They've left a lot of empty boxes here.
It's like, what's in the box? And when he finds nothing, he just goes, in Eris' voice, fuck! He looks back to the next box. What's in the box?
Okay.
Fuck!
He does this like 50 times,
Yeah.
and then he does this like 78 times in total, and 50 of those times he finds nothing and says fuck. And then 17 times he finds like a coin or something
when he does find something, you hear, ooh.
Okay. You by the end of your search find 15 copper and 13
Oh.
silver.
Hell yeah! I'm rich!
Like, is there some coins here and there hidden around? And
He walks
stuff?
over. He walks over with the handful of coins that he has the arrows. Go to the bar. And he hands it out.
Oh, cool. This could do something. I don't know.
Go to the bar.
It was how much? 13 copper and what? Something?
13 copper and like 15 silver.
It's 15 silver. 15. Shut up. 15 copper and 13 silver.
Ah, it was the other way around. I see.
Go to the bar.
So.
I mean, I
What does
got.
that elven lady think about
I,
the bar?
I'm
I
adding
see
it. I'm
it's
adding
20
it to
gold.
my. I'm adding it to mine. It's my money. I found it in Fair Square.
Okay, it's
I
yours.
still get
Damn.
40 gold to go shopping for the goats. I just don't know the sizes or anything. So that's a kind of question.
Let's just go to the market and
Okay.
kannst
You're-
auch mal ihn beruhigen dann, ja?
What?
Also mal ganz entspannt hier.
Birdman walks over to you. He has the pile of coins in his hand. He says, "Go shopping for the girls." In your voice, go shopping for the girl.
You Birdman, I just still don't know what I need to get exactly.
And that's
I would
what...
like the group to roll
Exactly.
a history check.
Oh god, it's not a history check. I suck at history.
Oh, fuck.
See? I don't know
What's
shit.
the highest intelligence score we have in this fucking
I'm a
party?
zero.
I think a +1 is the highest in the group.
I'm
I
a
think it's
z-
plus
I have
2,
a
isn't
plus.
it?
I have a +2.
Yeah, I have
Well, then a
+2,
plus
but like,
two.
I'm not proficient in history, but whatever.
+2. Okay.
Because Lucy's
But,
also
like-
took the stat she rolled instead of re-rolling, and I respect it.
Okay. Well, Cotton remembers that your contact told you that there might be a basement here to find. Birdman did not find the basement with his investigation
Yeah.
check.
Fuck!
What do you do? Which probably those of you, Eros being the most magically inclined person, would think it's hidden with magic.
Yeah. Cotton asks the elven lady, do you have a layout of this place? Or maybe a map? Or did you just break in without a plan?
Hmm. What?
I'm not supposed to be in this. We came in this morning, smuggled in by some friends in the 7th house. And then over here, the doors were. One of the doors was completely left open. We didn't realize that until we came in. We broke in through the loading dock.
I noticed that. Okay, well, if you guys don't know, then it's probably underneath us. So, I'll just cast some clairvoyance. Give me a few minutes, though. Takes a while.
And I pull out this what is it? A golden focus out of one of my pockets, and begin to channel my magic through it as I cast clairvoyance on a location beneath us.
I love how the range is 1 mile.
Yes, on my mouth.
Okay.
The most.
The mouth.
Okay. Clairvoyance just made that stupid easy. Okay, that's what this was for. You needed clairvoyance or detect magic or something like that. You are able to locate it's actually in the room the Birdman sort of was in. He just didn't really investigate too much.
That's true. It was like a first glance type situation.
But there was a door.
Oh, was it like a secret door? Like I wouldn't have found it unless I looked for it because I saw that and I didn't want to like assume.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's like one of those things like it goes down into like a little hole and then like you just think it's a hole. Like you would still need
Okay,
magic
good.
eventually to figure it out.
Okay,
But
good.
like
I'm glad I didn't just assume it was a hole that I
like
could
you
go
would have
into.
you would have had an easier time figuring out that it led down, but you wouldn't have
Right.
known
Are we
exactly
talking
what it is.
feminine hygiene products for my girls, or what are we
No.
talking
No.
So I mean, Birdman looks down the hole.
Okay.
Does he see anything, or is it just black? Like
It's just black, but like you, Eros, your clairvoyance is like, no, it's right there, like you know. And like so Strike, I imagine, just burrow magic and just burrows and breaks through a little bit, and you see that it's actually just a mostly an illusionary effect. And you find this like kind of door situation. You gotta dig down and feel out and kind of grab this handle and pop it open and go down and
investigate the warehouse.
I don't have
Find
a
the basement.
Instigate the
I
warehouse.
don't have a map for this because there wasn't really a point for this. I'm gonna, I guess, pivot off that idea. Like maps, like if I want to show you something or it's gonna be a battle, I'll have a map. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna describe stuff more and more.
That's fine.
But
So yeah, if Birdman knows there's a thing down there, he would just announce, "Investigate the
Okay.
warehouse," and then go down the hole.
Once you go down the hole and open the door, the I don't know. You guys live in the city of Salt. This city stinks. Okay, but this smell stinks. Like this is a rotted kind of nasty smell.
This is the first thing you hear when I get
Like
down there.
cat
Fuck!
names, like a choking cat. You know, like it's like. "Ha!"
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't. Does
Yeah.
anybody else follow me down the hole, or is it just?
Yeah,
like,
I'm just
my-
questioning. What are we doing here?
I jump down the hole, and the
You're-
first thing you hear is "fuck."
You're going.
What the hell?
You're going down there to investigate things. I can't see shit because I'm a human.
Investigate the warehouse.
Okay.
I see everything, and I'm still asking,
when-
what the shit?
You can't see anything either because you're
No.
a Kenku. That's funny. You lost your
Fuck.
dark vision. Okay, so Strike eventually comes down and he sees that there's a torch that someone can light. Does anyone have a tinderbox?
I probably do, yeah. In my
And
explorer pack, yeah.
Explorer pack? Yeah, I got
Yeah.
15 too. It's the
Okay,
reborn
so
method.
I light the torch.
Light a torch for those that can't see, and it's one of those smells, Strike, once you get further down there that eventually just makes it so you can't smell. It's that pervasive. Like you just everything, you just kind of lose your sense of smell for a while. Like it's kind of that nasty.
Yeah, so
And you come into a decently sized room. It's probably 80 feet long by like 20 feet wide. And near the far end of the room, past this like grate system for like drainage, is this large table. And as the light comes in and gets closer to there, the bright light, as you move closer, on this larger table is a baby Tarask that has been mostly harvested.
I look at Strike and I go, "A baby Tarask."
Baby Tarask. And Strike moves as closely as he possibly can wherever the thing is.
Can I roll like how much? Like, it's like been completely
Nature.
dissected. Like there's like nothing I can do. But yeah, it'd be nature.
It's not alive. It's not alive.
But it's been like completely dissected, like 100%. Like it's all.
What is
torn up and
what is left is like bone and cartilage and skin.
Can you also
And,
roll an animal
like
check?
any of the key important organs, including eyeballs and tongue and stuff like that, have been taken. Any of most of the major muscle groups have been chopped off.
So I kind of like look at it. I don't know what the nature check's gonna tell me, so I'll let you explain to me what the nature check looks, and then I'll explain what happens when Birdman says to strike.
Well, what's your question?
Well, like what? So it's all like fucked up. There's like nothing left on it, right? But I know what this is.
You know what this is. There's enough left to identify it.
Okay, but
But-
there's nothing left. I guess my nature check would be to like, is there anything left over like at all, like that somebody might have missed that might have been important, or anything that I can use as proof, like to take this to the 10th house and be like, hey, they're making fucking baby Tarrasques.
I feel like the
down
whole
here. Like, I
body
guess
is
I could take like a
proof.
skull.
You, you could. There's enough where you could, like, break off part of that, or even rip off a piece of like the shedded skin that's still kind of connected there a little bit. Could, yeah, like it's
So-
there's enough. It's not enough. Like you could. The problem is if you the skull is still big. It's a baby. Like it is a baby Tarrasque, but it's still freaking huge.
Right, it's probably like still bigger than me.
Like
Well,
a baby
it's
Tarrasque.
obviously a Tarrasque from the skeleton, right?
You can recognize as a skeleton. It's just the problem is if you carry a head like that through the city, people are going to react.
Can I put it in my briefcase? Is it like too big?
Bag of
Briefcase of
holding.
Yes.
Bag
Uh,
of holding.
It's
Briefcase
so
of
awesome. I
holding.
love it.
I just
Yes.
Roll. Ooh, how big a wide is the bag of holding? It's a
How
big-
big
Doesn't
do you-
matter. It's got
it's a
like
briefcase,
50,
so how big? It's
pounds
like
of
I
things.
imagine.
Okay,
You know what
let
I'm
me
talking
look
about,
at
right? Where like the attorneys have like that briefcase that like pops open.
Okay, it's 2 feet in diameter at the mouth.
Okay.
Uh,
I
Is what
might
the
be able to
normal
get it in
bag of
there.
the normal bag of holding says. Okay, this is on the heavier size of a large creature.
Yeah.
Roll me a dexterity check. Sleight of
A
hand
dex-
works.
Just okay. I was like just a straight dexterity check.
I want to say like just while while that's
I'm not
happening,
proficient in sleight of hand. That's weird.
like while that's happening, like Eros is just petting.
Birdman, please
Cotton's
don't destroy
ears.
your briefcase of holding.
It is one of those. It is one of those things where it's like almost too tight, and then Strike sees that you're struggling, and he like pats you or like sits on it or something. It just
He pets Birdman. He
But
pets
I
Birdman.
imagine it probably takes up the
Strike-
whole of the
Oh.
briefcase, so I'm gonna have to take
Yes.
this shit out eventually.
The
yes,
strike
like
pets
this.
Brian,
okay,
definitely. He likes petting
this
people.
this thing. I gotta look up thing.
Ears are so fluffy.
Hey, Birdman!
Okay, this skull weighs 120 pounds.
Holy shit, yeah. So it's like takes up like the whole, almost like the whole bag of holding. Almost.
Yeah, the bag of holding. Well, a bag of holding can hold up to 500. And
So it's like
60
one
and
fifth
it's-
and a little bit over.
and 64 cubic feet. So this takes up more cubic feet than weight.
And
Yeah.
Strike carries his javelins on himself in multiple quivers, so he does not take any place of the bag of holding.
Okay.
So I just kind of pop it into my briefcase and put it, and I look at Strike and go, 10th house. Yeah, I just look at him, I go, 10th house.
Put it in
Let's
there.
go.
Baby Tarrasque.
Yes, baby Tarrasque.
And he goes upstairs and he goes back to the arrows and he says, Baby Tarrasque.
Oh,
10th house.
the Tarrasque.
And then he holds up
was-
his briefcase. 10th house.
So let me get this straight. You found the Tarrasque down there, and you put part of it in your briefcase.
Yes.
Cool.
I would like the group to roll an insight check. It's not a very high DC.
Mhm.
Yes.
The entire group, what the fuck? Okay, let me try.
That's
Hey.
my-
Not a very high DC at all. This is like
I
a
imagine-
DC 5.
I want to imagine that all of my responses, like yes or no, are like in Eros's voice. They have to
Yes.
be in Eros's voice.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's
I
all
love it.
just yes.
Okay.
No.
Birdman.
Birdman insight.
Roll an insight. No, your nature is enough. Your nature is enough.
Well, my insight's
with-
better. So.
But your nature check earlier is really good too. So I'm
Oh,
just saying
okay.
your nature check would give you the same knowledge that they're.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know.
Cool.
If what Birdman's implying is more or less that he found the Tarrasque, he found a baby Tarrasque down there.
So yeah. So I look at Talaria.
There's
and I go,
probably more. This is not the only one.
Yeah. So I look at Talaria and I go.
Because
What
you also
is
see the way what you saw down there with the way they're harvesting this. This is practice. Like this is, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I look at Talaria because she's the one who has like the butcher sheet, right? Like the butcher diagram of like how to dissect
Yeah.
it.
Unless someone
So
took it from you.
I don't think so. So I look up and I go, butcher diagram in her voice because that's what she says. She said butcher diagram. Said butcher diagram, and then I like hold my hand out, like, give me.
She looks at Eros to see if what she's understanding is in fact what she thinks she's understanding.
Oh yeah, he's asking for the butcher diagram.
Butcher diagram.
Okay, she takes it.
He takes it and he puts it in his backpack and he says, 10th house, and then jumps out the window and runs away.
Strike would also ask Baby Tarrasque, because he asked it before. So he's asking
Okay.
again. Baby Tarrasque. And he would just let her be and give her another headband.
Baby Tarrasque.
What do you do
Do
with
you have a
Talaria?
place to
Um,
stay, Talaria?
No, she would say. As I said before, I would like to leave the city before it gets dark, but she's not sure if she just finishes there. She's obviously not sure if you guys will let her leave the city.
Well, those
As I
two.
said, Strike just gets her
And
headband.
she disarmed herself when she let Eros search her mind. Like she took off her protection magic that she has on her.
Okay. Eros would say,
Well, don't worry. We'll let you go. There's not really any reason to keep you. And if you need help, I will help you put your magic back on. Get that all settled up. Trust me, I know what it's like to not want people spying on you. It's not really fun. But before you leave, I have to know who designed your outfit. Please, you have to tell me.
Strike would agree, just because.
It is a traveling warrior's outfit of my people. I can teach you how to do it, if you know how. It is something that I must go. I kind of designed mine myself to engage with my weave armor.
Okay, I know nothing about creating outfits, but I know someone who does. So, when you get out of the city, you promise you'll come back with design patterns? Please?
Yes, I can do that now. She smiles very genuinely.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Marcelo's gonna love this design. I swear, this is gonna be the talk of the town. Not like, you being a part of it, though. You won't come up. I'll just, say I thought of this myself.
I understand.
Is there anything?
Okay, and just because, if let's say right, I have a spell that will, since we know each other so well now, when you're out of the city at night, I'll message you. Okay? I'll just send you something, and I don't know if you have any magic to let you do something like that, but if you can.
No, my magic not without the aid of some item or something. I'm no wizard.
You mean the sending spell, Eros?
Yes, that thing.
Yeah, that works perfectly.
Well, I'll I'll just send you something then, and you can, when you get the chance, you know.
I appreciate your willingness to do this. You're different than many of the people I've interacted with in this city. Most are not worried about.
You're fucking assholes. Let's put it where it is.
I can agree with that. The city has created an interesting mix, but it is what it is. I really must get going before it gets too dark. Please, I can ask you because I'm hoping the Birdman he's not here to repeat what I'm saying. I generally got the impression that's what he was doing. She's still confused by what the Birdman is.
He's searching right now.
The
Go
Birdman
catch
is
up with
not
your
there.
body.
He is fucking gone. You
He's
cut to
gone.
him running through an alley like.
Go catch up with
She-
your body. Let's do this.
Damn it. Okay. All right. So she will. I lost my train of thought with where she was going because I got distracted by the imagery of Birdman, and that was hilarious.
He just jumps over a fence.
And then the distraction of other things. Okay, so Birdman, you're going towards the
Yeah.
10th house.
Yeah.
And then Lady here is saying she's happy for your concern. I totally lost my train of thought where she was going. All right, so she's gonna start to leave.
Because we're having a nice heartfelt moment in the house and I ruined it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
I ruined it
Okay.
with my amazing imagery.
I also like your imagery inspired a roll, and then that roll distracted me too. So that's what happens when you're a DM and thinking about 5 things at once. Okay. So
Eris
What
is
do you
gonna
guys-
offer a hug to Teleria.
I'll give you another headband.
We're
I
fri-
meow at her. Meow. And say
and
Oh
as,
man, I can use meows too.
as the
Oh shit,
as
that's gonna be
So
funny.
to me,
pulls
now is a goodbye and the headband.
as she pulls out from the hug, she says, "We're friends now, even though we just like met. But you know, since I could delve in your mind, we're fine. You can always trust us, if you ever find us in the city."
This is what you need, and we'll be there for you.
Take care of yourself. We gotta go.
thank you. She appreciates it very much, and she runs off. Trying to sort of, kind of follow where her friend seemed to go. And you guys
I
are
would assist if possible.
down here. They're trying to get out this gate here, and you are going towards the 10th house, which is somewhere. Oh, in here. Okay. Running up there. All right. So, as you come out, Birdman,
Birdman.
you run across here.
Mhm.
A little bit ways down, you can perceive that the guy who initially ran away is in the process of being arrested by the guards. He was not
Oh,
successful in sneaking past them.
shit.
By Jim?
So is he
don't
being
know by
arrested?
who.
Who's he being arrested by? Just like random guards.
They are 12th house members. That's not Jim. Jim
Well,
lives.
oh.
Jim's beat is over by where
So-
you guys live.
So
Yeah.
I walk over to him, and I'm like, "Hello, I am the Birdman.
Strike.
I just say that I am the Birdman, attorney."
You're
That's
saying
it.
this to
To the guards. I kind of just walk up like, "Hello," to the guards. I am the Birdman, attorney.
I'll climb.
Okay, and as you're saying that, you know, you're walking down, and then like down the road, you know, Cotton and Eros and Strike, loosely with Talaria. Talaria is kind of broken from them, but Talaria is witnessing this happening too. As you're offering your attorneys, you're like, you know, I'm the attorney. You're asking kind of what's going on, and I think we're
Yeah.
gonna leave it there.
Oh
Oh
god.
no!
We will
I am
pick up next
Birdman,
time.
attorney. Yeah.